Let's do this. Let's do this. It's gonna be a good day. Oh, wow, look at that. No turning back now. This is the most precious thing I've ever seen. I don't know if you're ready for this. Friends, good morning. How are you? Another vlog starting in bed. This is my new bad habit. Good habit, maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Just getting some things posted and uploaded for the day, but I'm really excited to spend today and tomorrow with you. A little Thursday, Friday vlog. I don't know if you can tell, but I just cut off a lot of my hair. My hair was like to here, probably. Cut off quite a bit. I am going to try my best to see if I can get my natural texture to kind of like pop. I haven't styled it on my own since getting the haircut, but I want to try the whole thing of like using like gel and like a curl cream and maybe even diffusing it and seeing what we can get my natural texture to do, because I'm just kind of wanting to simplify my routine. And I feel like living in a beach town is the perfect spot to have beachy, wavy hair. I posted a micro vlog on my Instagram and on my TikTok of me getting my haircut yesterday and the whole day, but it's actually fun because my Instagram one, I did the voiceover, but my TikTok one, Jordy blindly did the voiceover, and it's actually my favorite ever. I want to keep doing that.
Good morning, everyone. Let's start our day. Wow, it's already started, and now I'm outside. Now I'm brushing my face off. Now I'm walking, and I'm nervous about putting gas in my car. Nope, I got it. Don't worry.
Also, do you remember our dream/plan of converting the desk upstairs into a bench and then building like a little coffee shop? We're calling it a coffee shop vibe of having a couple little tables that you can push together and have like a whole big game night, but you can also sit on the bench and like see the TV in the fireplace. Well, we've officially lowered it. So now I need to like paint the wall, touch that up, and start hunting for tables. I kind of want to, if we have time today, go to the estate sale warehouse and see if they have any furniture that would fit. Slim chance that they would, but you gotta just keep checking until you find something because it changes every week. So that's kind of also on the itinerary today. Here's the plan. Here's the couple new things that I got. Of course, I'm gonna wash my hair with my usual shampoo and conditioner, which this was made just for me from Pros. I am getting to work with Pros on this video, which is why I got a last minute haircut, because I have been wanting to try their custom curl cream. A lot of the girls that I got to hang out with on the trip to New York, when we got to like see their factory and their headquarters, I follow them all on Instagram now, and they've all been using this, and their hair is just so bouncy and nice and light. So I got that along with the custom styling gel, and I think I'm going to wash my hair, put in the curl cream, do that whole thing, styling gel, and then diffuse it and see what this texture looks like. But if you haven't heard me talk about Pros before, they are the coolest company. Getting to go see their factory and how they make it actually fully customize all their products blew my mind. So basically what you do is you go onto their website and you take this quiz. It looks at 85 different factors. So like your hair type, your goals, where you live, your zip code, literally like my zip code is on the bottle because that affects so much. It affects the humidity, the UV, the pollution, everything. So then they create these products for you and your hair and your lifestyle and where you live. And then you get to choose your scents, which is so nice, or unscented. They're also a certified B Corp. They're formulated in France, I learned, but then obviously they're all made here in the US, in New York City, which is really cool. The quality of ingredients is natural, sustainably sourced, like so many good things about them. So I'm excited to play with my couple new things. I already have my tried and trues, but I'm gonna hop in the shower and we're gonna see how this new haircut lays. Oh, thank you, Pros, for sponsoring this video, by the way, because they gave me a link that I'll have down in the description box, where if you complete your custom hair care consultation, this link will get you 50% off your first month of products. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's like a fun new toy to play with, this new shorter hair. Okay, now time to experiment. I just watched a ton of tutorials from my other friends from that trip because they know what they're doing. That's like literally their full-time wavy hair or curly hair creators. First things first, I'm going to use the cream. I'm filming on my iPhone also now too. Ooh. Gonna run it through and give it some scrunches. Then, look at that gel. Going with some of this. I don't know how much. I saw a lot of people do this. Now a microfiber towel, I think, is the next step. It's feeling a little bit drier. I think I'm gonna plop it on top of my head while I do my makeup and let it air dry a little bit that way. Oh wow, look at that! So at some point today, I need to take my ServSafe exam, which I thought I would be able to knock out the whole ServSafe course in one sitting because I think it's like 3.5 hours, but I broke it into 3 days. It's so funny how it's exactly how I remembered it when I took it, I don't know, the first time I took it 9 years ago or something like that. Basically, I have orientation and like registration is maybe what they call it in a few weeks. And I did not realize how much they would make us do beforehand to prep for it. So I'm glad I chose a later registration date because they had some this week and I was like, maybe I could pull it off. But I ended up deciding it was like too hard to change my schedule. And I'm so glad that I didn't because there's even like a math exam and a reading comprehension exam that we have to take. But I feel like I'm not gonna do a good job on it. I don't know what to expect. I could also try to do those today, but to be honest, maybe one at a time. Maybe a ServSafe exam today, and then we'll figure out the math and the reading one at a later time. But man, I did not expect it to feel like I'm like preparing for real school because I'm definitely not. But it will be fun because we get to get fitted for our uniforms. We get chef's coats and we get a whole knife roll with like 20 something things in it and a chef's knife and a paring knife and just everything. Also, side note, Jordy is headed to the storage unit to see if he kept, I really hope so, the paint for the upstairs for us to work on that today. And I've gotten questions before, why we have a storage unit. Great question. I know we have a 1,500 square foot house and just 2 people. Just a spot to store outdoor garage things like bikes, paint, things like that. We decided it was so much cheaper to have a studio, own a studio, and rent a garage because I think we pay like $100 a month for the storage unit as opposed to own a garage and rent a studio, which like the cheapest studio you could rent is like $2,000 a month. So that is why we have a storage unit. It literally has bikes and skateboards and paint and like yard tools and just the types of things that would normally go in a garage. Even when I had my apartment in Austin, I had that storage unit for things like bikes and luggage. We keep luggage here, but I didn't have room for that. So hopefully that answers a question. It is silly. It's not totally necessary, but it definitely helps things stay organized here and like keeps my bike from being out in the weather and rusting and all that sort of stuff. So, okay, it's time. Okay, my hair's mostly dry, not fully dry. There's something wanting to pop out of here for sure. I've heard the longer that you like let your hair just do its thing, the more the kind of like pattern figures itself out. Right now it's got body. I'm excited to like keep playing around with ways to style it, but I do want to break the cast, I think it's called, with the hair oil. Just a few drops of that. It smells so good. It smells like kind of like sweet almond oil. Maybe a little bit of dry shampoo on the roots for volume. I love to dry shampoo clean hair, literally for volume. So fun. I'm excited to see how it wears throughout the day. If it like figures itself out a little bit, if it falls a little bit, if like, I don't know, I have to learn my hair. I don't know my hair very well yet, at least naturally. Okay, done with that. Good news, Jordy did find the paint, which is great. So I can go show y'all what we're working with up there and kind of like brainstorm and scheme together. Obviously this project will take a while to kind of curate and find all the things, but I think just getting it started and at least using it as a bench today is awesome. Here's that desk lowered to a bench. One thing that I didn't quite calculate when choosing the legs for this lower height was how thick this wood is. So I was like, with the legs plus the cushion, like this will be probably a normal height, but this wood is about another 2 inches thick. So once we have a cushion on this might be like 2 inches higher than the normal bench, which no turning back now. Who knows? Maybe eventually we don't do a cushion on this, but we will need to find a slightly like taller table to make this comfortable. And then down the line, I think hanging some sort of chandelier from more of the middle of the ceiling, a little bit further out, will be nice because there's actually not a ton of light in this room. Another thing we can tackle today too is we did have a little bit of a chocolate accident on this rug. So I can see if we can get that out. But I think next step is paint. It's gonna be pretty easy. I can probably even just use a regular brush, cover this strip. You know, maybe I'll sand a little bit. And then later we can head out and see what we can find thrifting or estate sale or whatever. I think it's gonna be a one coat wonder. Like, I think that will totally do the trick. I'm gonna let it dry and double check to make sure. But now that this is lower, I wonder if I can bring some frames lower, but probably not actually, because people will be leaning against that. It might be a little weird to lean against frames. Okay, I don't love using stuff like this because I don't even know what's in it, but I feel like chocolate and a white rug, we gotta just do what we gotta do. It says spray it and then rub it in and then leave it for 2 hours. So I also gotta make sure Max stays out of this room. It'll be an experiment. We'll see if chocolate can beat this. Oh, it comes out like that, huh? Ooh, it's getting on my dress. Here's my solution to making sure Max doesn't touch it, because who knows what type of chemical that is. Okay. Okay, wow, the day is kind of getting away from me a little bit. I didn't mean for it to. I just had some work things come through and then a last minute little meeting with my management, and we're figuring out a lot of things before I start school next month. So getting things in place, changing up my schedule, getting new people on the team, just lots to kind of figure out. But I say we strike out into town. Jordy's about to leave here in like 20 minutes to go to the airport anyways. And before he left, I had him get these down from our little storage. I had Jordy grab them and bring them down because I feel like these could be great little temporary pillows for the backs of the bench for now. I think this green will be really pretty against the brownish paint. And are y'all sick of going to the estate sale warehouse with me so often? I'm hoping you say no, because it's my favorite thing. And it's just so handy when you're looking for things because their pricing is incredible. It's like, what other thrift store is made just for furniture? Look at this mirror. Look at my hand for comparison of size. Just covered in coral and shells. And it's like kind of, what is the antiqued, like mercury glass kind of look? That's so cool. Every time there's a baby grand here, Jordy like tries to find a way to justify fitting it in our house somehow. So I probably shouldn't even tell him this one's here today. Ooh, but this pedestal's cool. Faux stone stand. Say that 3 times fast. $48. Pretty good. Look how iconic this pink French dresser is. It's $95. Imagine that in like a little nursery. Oh, I gotta send it to my friend that just had a little baby girl. Okay, I just stopped dead in my tracks for this bowl. This is $8. Look at that cool hammered metal bowl. It'd be so fun for serving and for parties. We gotta get it. Wow, almost no tables. There's a couple like massive dining tables, but how about we just go to the normal thrift store? I haven't taken y'all there to DAV, maybe ever, maybe once. We should go. Let's go.
This is the DAV. This is where I normally donate stuff, and it is like such a good classic thrift store where you can find shirts for like 99 cents, $1.99. Home things not quite as much, but sometimes you get lucky. So maybe today is the day that we'll get lucky. I don't love the finish on this one, but this one's interesting because it's like, here's a normal table height. This is taller. It's almost like a little bit of like counter height, actually. And it looks like it expands. But I would want to like strip it down, and I have had bad experiences with trying to do that in the past. But this is also an interesting table. It's round. It looks like it has a leaf and it expands as well. But I think it's too wide. I think square or like smaller rounds would do better than something like this. Now these are interesting. They're coffee tables. So obviously I would need to like add height to them. But $20 and 2 that can be pushed together to make like a full table is kind of the ideal situation. If these weren't coffee table height and were more like table height, I would be so sold on it. But I don't think it's worth trying to switch out the legs. Okay, thrift store was a strikeout. I went ahead and ran home because I realized I needed caffeine and a snack real bad. think my matcha's done. Something so interesting about living here, coastal California, is May gray and June gloom are a thing. It's like, it's just kind of overcast and chilly all of May and all of June. And honestly, during the daytime, it's just as cold, if not colder than winter here. Night times don't get as cold as winter. Winter in the night times gets like very crisp. Here, less so. Like we run a fan at night and like crack a window during summer here, but we don't during winter. But the daytime is chilly. And the last thing I wanted to tell y'all is I made this quinoa last night, and I just, instead of water, used chicken stock, and then I added in some ghee as it boiled, and it is so good. Max has started this thing of trying to crawl up my legs whenever I'm eating. Probably a bad habit. You already had breakfast and treats. Can dogs have quinoa? I don't know. Just spilled it. Have 2 packages that we can open together that are really fun and exciting and sweet. This one I peeked in yesterday, but I didn't finish opening it once I realized what it was. Y'all recognize anybody? That's my gal Chloe right there. She did a collab with Tarte. Look at her. It's a little discounted trio. That's so sweet. Ooh, there's a candle too. Ooh. Wow. This is so nice. Thanks, Chloe. Very, very proud of her. The second thing, this is something that one of you sweet friends DM'd me on Instagram saying, hey, I just found a link to this and I think you need it. And I said, oh my gosh, I absolutely do need this. And I ordered it immediately. It's a salt and pepper shaker. Oh my gosh, look, the little are on the side. This is the most precious thing I've ever seen. I'm crying. Anyways, coming to check on our paint progress. And I think it's actually totally great. I think 1 coat is enough and it's dry. And I had an idea. First, let's just kind of get a vibe of like, if this were to be styled more like a bench, I'm putting some pillows up here. Does that help it look more like a bench? Honestly, pretty comfy. My idea that makes no logical sense is we have an outdoor dining table that I think would be about the right dimension if we got 2 of them. And it's quite heavy and I'm alone. But I kind of want to try carrying it up here and placing it here to see how it would feel, height-wise, size-wise. And then I could try to find something online or just have like dimensions in mind if I ever come across anything at the estate sale warehouse. So I think I tried to bring it up here. Whew. Okay. Fitting this up the stairs almost didn't happen. Okay. I do feel like if this could be just like an inch or 2 taller, that would be the way. This table needs to be restained. I feel like if it were less wide, like maybe like this wide, it's honestly something that I wonder if I should just get somebody to custom build. I should look up a woodworker. That might be the move, honestly. And I could paint it a fun color like a light blue. That just made me really excited. My energy has been quite chaotic today. I need to like sit down. You know what time it is? It's time for a tiny, tidy time. TM. Trademarked. I'm gonna see how much I can get done in, I don't know, 15-ish minutes? It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't feel good. So we're gonna change that as quickly as we can. Okay, the floors, my bedroom, my bathroom, and upstairs are all still quite messy. But the surfaces in here are clean, and that feels like good enough for me right now. What time even is it? Okay, I have 2 hours till Pilates. It's 6:30, it's 4:30. I'm going to try to just review some videos, get them sent into a brand, and get a couple little computer things done. Tonight, since I have a night in, Jordy's out of town, I'm gonna tackle a ton of computer work. Honestly, my nights alone, I actually love to have like late night computer work sessions because I can kind of just like zone out and get things done. I think I'm gonna save my Surf Safe exam for after Pilates as well. But a couple things done before, a couple things done after, because if I left it all for after, I probably wouldn't get to it all. So that's the plan. I will catch back up with y'all when it's time to do something fun again. How about that?
day. Every Friday morning when my alarm goes off at 5:45, which is a very normal time for most of America, my body's just not used to it. I find myself singing, waking up is the hardest part. As soon as I'm awake, I'm fine, but since my body's used to being on a different rhythm for the rest of the week, Thursday nights, my ring always gives me a red, being like, you didn't sleep enough. And I just need to learn to wind down earlier in the night, to be honest, but I still got like 6 hours of sleep. But my body's more used to 8. But here's the outfit of the day. I have on this more Longhorn burnt orange shirt underneath, but it's always chilly in the morning. I feel like I'm giving college in my sweatshirt with the big applique letters. I don't remember what we're making today. It's more proteins. I think maybe 3 different protein dishes. I've been bringing large Ziplocs just because it takes up less space than like Tupperware. Okay, we're off. Let's go to school.
Around the corner, I thought I'd seen you.
I'm home and I immediately changed into pajamas, but my sweet friend that I grew up with brought me flowers today, which was so sweet because I was just saying yesterday, throwing out the dead flowers made me sad, but having the dead flowers is also kind of sad. But we learned quite a few things today. I learned how to, it's in a Ziploc so you can't even see it. I learned how to truss a Cornish hen, which I had never done that before, but there's we learned like the French technique way, which has a very specific way of tying it, so that was fun. Also grilled a flank steak, made potatoes au gratin, and a lamb shish kebab with couscous, which obviously I didn't eat that or bring that home. And we also did rice pilaf with just more proteins and then with like grain sides to go with it, which is nice. We're like moving through things more quickly now in the class, which is really fun. I'm still most excited for probably seafood week. Flatfish, finfish, lobster, just learning how to fabricate all those things is probably what I'm most excited about. So I was debating what I wanted to do tonight, having a Friday night all by myself, if I wanted to see if anyone wanted to hang out or, you know, take myself on a little solo date. But honestly, what I really want to do today is catch up on some work, like lay down, hang out, eat my leftovers from school, and maybe wash my sheets. Look what came in the mail today, the full set of Pros. I didn't even tell you all this, but I had actually bought the gel and the curl cream myself before I even knew that I got to work with Pros again. And then they had sent me this, but it just came in today. But I was like, oh, I actually already have both those things because hilariously enough, I bought them for myself after the New York trip. So thank you again to Pros for working with me on this video. I'm gonna have my link down in the description down below where if you complete your custom hair care consultation, they'll get you 50% off your first month. Thanks y'all for spending the last couple days with me. I know that it was just pretty like normal hangout days in my hometown, hanging out me and you. And I hope you enjoy these videos even if they're not like super out of the norm. But thanks for making it all the way to this point. I love you. I hope you have the best rest of your day. And I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.